A PNM internal election is on the way. The last day for voting is Sunday, the 4th of December, Convention Day. Are we going to hear from Junior Barrack how the voting experience have been for his camp over the last 2 days? And of course, he wants to touch on a number of issues here with us this afternoon. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight inside our interview. Just adjust your mic to make sure everyone can hear you clearly.
I don't know if this is good enough.
Adjust your seat as well. Yeah. You should be good there. Just tilt it up a bit like this. Yeah. So how you doing? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just fine. Thank God.
Excellent indeed. And all is well with you?
Yes, all is well with me. Thank God.
So tell us, how has the voting process been for your team over the last 2 days?
The voting process was fairly all right. It was reasonable. Some of the weather conditions would have been as such that the weather condition would have been as such that it sort of restricted voting. But all in all, we believe we had a good day.
So you think the weather really kept people away from the polls on both days?
Mostly those who would not have been inclined to come out. But those who really wanted to come out.
They were there?
They were there.
Okay. Yeah. Was the process smooth, easy going?
Well, apart from the idea that some people were actually canvassing, some groups were actually canvassing outside.
There was canvassing outside
the polling stations. Outside of that, I think everything went fairly well.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
Good. So your team think all you have it in the bag?
We're doing well.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
So with just about one more day of voting to go, I think you want to really get down into the business of who Junior Barrack is for the voting population of the PNM.
Yeah.
I know there are some issues you would like to touch on as well, and particularly you want to touch on the flooding issue. So you want us to start there?
Yes, I would like to.
I understand the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Faris Alwari, went to Bamboo number 2 today, and they get so dirty and stink up in the bamboo.
Yeah, they should, yeah.
They should?
Yeah.
Why should they?
Yeah, you see, because this is a perennial thing, right? Many of the buildings that are built on the banks of the Caroni River and in low-lying areas should have had specifications, right? A government would know that there will be flooding in those areas, and they will give specification for building in those areas. If you do not inform your people as to how to build in those areas, you will encounter problems. So, for instance, people on the bank of the Caroni River should not be building under a certain height. Households, for instance, immediately on the bank of the Caroni River, I don't believe they should be under 11 feet high in terms of their housing. But sometimes people don't have the resources to build that high. They build how they could, right? One of the reasons for that is the cost of material, right? Because when you give the country's patrimony, like the gravel pits and sand pits and so on, to individuals to sell these materials at market value, what you have is that many people cannot afford to build in the way in which they ought to build.
Well, I mean, if this is the case, Barrack, then this isn't a government issue. This is a personal issue. This is a personal choice.
No, it can't be.
People building on the riverbanks, what that to do with the government?
No.
Why should they cuss up Faris Alwari?
Because it is the government who have to set standards. The standards is not for the individual in the society. It's the government who have to set the standard. And the government has to also facilitate the conformity to those standards which the government sets. So you see, let's assume that a person is going to build a home. The government knows that it's dry season now. You may not have a flood this year, you may not have a flood next year, but you will have a flood. So you inform the individuals and that building that you're putting up there is not sufficient to meet the quality standards of the government. So you'll have to build.
And you know, when you go in bamboo and you tell them people that you're going to be met with resistance, right? Barrack, they're going to protest, they're going to stone you.
No.
You.
Listen, I have worked in several communities.
If the government is forceful on these things, Barrack, you know how much backlash you might see a human rights lawyer take the government before the court?
And in that context now, as far as I'm concerned, if you do that, then I'm not responsible for giving you back your fridge, your stove, your bed, and those things, because you choose to build in that way. I am telling you, I'm going to help you to build properly. But if you choose to go down that road and you choose to violate the standards of the government, well, then we will enforce you. But when you're flooded, don't run to me for help. That is basically what I would say. Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the damage that was done, not just to bamboo,
Mm-hmm.
but in most of central and some parts of south. I mean, the damage is extensive.
Yes, it is.
Do you think it's poor infrastructure that would have, caused what would have happened, or was it just an act of nature?
What is
We're seeing roads caving in. And all
it's nature. It's a force majeure. It will call the force of force of nature, cause of nature. Now, what you want to do as a government, Trinidad does not have proper drainage. Even Port of Spain does not have proper drainage. Thank God they fixed the drainage on South Key, and that helped with the drainage, the proper drainage of South Key, so you don't have that massive flooding on South Key as it was before. That was a good move. We do not build the infrastructure into the community before we put on the tongue, or even when the tongue is down, we don't put in the necessary infrastructure for drainage. So what you have when rain falls, all the water is above running in the road or on the pavement or at a certain level. So what we need to do is to learn to put in proper infrastructure for drainage. And this is a very important point.
But then persons would say, Barrack, under the People's Partnership government from 2010 to 2015, they were considered a box drain government. They were all over the country building box drains and improving water courses and all these different things. In fact, they boast about that on their platforms.
Yes.
Why aren't we seeing the results of it today?
I put in about five. I put in myself as a project manager.
Right. So you did about 5 box drains.
No, I'm talking about 500, about 5,000 meters of box drain.
A box drain.
Right.
You did it yourself?
No. That is where I am working with the government.
When you worked with the government and you guys would have done it across the country.
Right.
So you are part of the process.
Right.
Has it benefited us?
No. What happened is they're putting in drains for time of normal rainfall. But when an extra rainfall comes, the drainage cannot handle it because the drains are really for normal rainfall. And therefore, the planning should be longer and the planning should be deeper. When I talk about a person having his survival and prosperity, the individual survival and prosperity in his home and in his community, that is what I'm talking about. You have to plan for periods when there are going to be extraordinary events, higher rainfall. We have not experienced a Category 5 hurricane in Trinidad. That what is going on there is just next to ordinary. Right. When you have areas whereby you have to deal with a Category 5 wind and rain for days on end, then what is going to happen to us? And that is why the planning must be for the survival of the individual in the time of extraordinary events. Okay. Right. Time. This is my philosophy. And I've not created that philosophy today. It is actually the philosophy that we run in Borneo.
Okay.
Right. We got the Canadian government to consider, through the Copper Foundation, to consider the independence of the community for electricity. They were going to put in electricity grids coming from solar in the entire community, and we could have sold back electricity to TNTech because of the program. The government did not take it, and that was free. The Canada was getting it for free. Now, but what notice something? The independence of the community during times of extremes. So even though the main grid is cut off, you are still able to survive within the context of that.
Barrack, 30 seconds before a short break. Let's take it, and when we come right back, we're going to continue this conversation.
Yes.
I see we're getting a lot of comments on social media as well. It's happening across the country. This is what some people are facing. Look, this is inside somebody's home.
Yes.
So this conversation is relevant to people out here.
It is.
So we're going to continue it when we return. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
We are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Junior Barrack is with us. Welcome back. So before we go for the break, we were talking about the flooding.
Yes.
And of course, you were mentioning that you believe it's because of a lack of proper infrastructure.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead.
Yes. And there's another reason why. There are throwaway people in Trinidad. When I say throwaway people, I'm talking about people who the government and others believe if they survive, they survive. If they don't survive, that is their business. That is how they operate and treat certain people. And you know where the people arrive. They are both East Indians and they are both Africans, right? And they fall into that category. And therefore, the necessary planning and infrastructure and services that are necessary for those people are never put in place because they are not prioritized.
I would like you to take a look at this video. Give me a thought. So that is the Minister Rohan Sinanan in the Bamboo area this evening, where he's being literally accosted by residents of the Bamboo area. As you can see, I can't play the audio because there are some curse words in there that are not radio friendly. But this is the minister walking through Bamboo and how
I consider that to be a publicity stunt.
You think the minister going there is a publicity?
Yes.
Think about that carefully.
Because he cannot do anything. It's the technical people in the ministry has to do the work.
Barrack, listen, remember, you are in a PNM election.
Yes.
You're asking PNM people to vote for you.
But I don't
Rohan Sinanan is a PNM
I don't
minister.
I don't mince my words, and I don't pretend that I have to support any nonsensical positions. The people who have to do the work in the Bamboo are the technical people. He has to supply them with the necessary resources in the ministry, in his Ministry of Local Government, and Rohan Sinanan in the Ministry of Works to ensure that the goods and services that the people need are delivered. That is a publicity stunt. He's not necessary for that program. And why it is only now that he's examining what is taking place in the community?
Because they're in crisis mode now.
Well, but that is normal. There's a regular situation. We are in a regular crisis mode in these communities. That is the point.
But if the minister did not go, they would have said he didn't come.
Well, if he didn't go or he went, that is not a difference. The area is, did he over the years put in the necessary infrastructure to prevent the flooding? That is the point.
Okay, go ahead, Barrack. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, because what is...
So, Barrack, you give my headache this afternoon. So I just saying I might need to Panadol when I don't talk to you.
Yeah. Because that is publicity stunt. What you're doing there, playing that you care for the people. You don't care, right? You don't care. You're pretending you're caring. But you should have had your engineers and your technical people have the assessment done and fix it. It's not the first time it's happening.
But Barrack, you invited me to come out on the ground with you tomorrow. You're going to be doing work in the community.
Yes.
Is that considered a publicity stunt?
Well, in the case of me going on the ground, yes, I want people to know that
You're accustomed to that.
Right.
But that's what you're accustomed doing.
Yeah, right, precisely.
So suppose this is what the minister accustomed doing.
What I'm saying is that he has the resources and the power and the planning to ensure that these recurrent problems are eliminated. And they are still continuing. That is not acceptable.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Barrack. What would you have done differently?
Well,
as leader of the PNM? What would you have instructed your minister to do?
Well, number one, as soon as I come into office, I will do two or more things. One, all areas that are low-lying areas where there are residents, but who cannot move because of their business. They are farming and they're doing different things in the area, and it is convenient to live in these conditions where there will be flooding. I will move to upgrade their homes, to put their homes at higher area. I will ensure that they understand that they must have approximately 1 month of food and medicine in their homes, especially during the time
of rainy season.
So my philosophy of the survival and prosperity of the individual in his home, in his community, Right. That's where my survival and prosperity program is. So if you're in your home, you should be safe. You're supposed to be able to survive a Category 5 hurricane. Little things like these flooding there is nothing. You know you will have to stay in your upstairs house for the period, and when the water subsides, you move. If you want to move around with a boat during that period of time, that is quite all right. But your beds will not be destroyed. Your fridges and other things will not be destroyed because you will be above the level of the potential level of the water. And that is where your engineers come in. So they will tell you, you cannot build under this level. You must build above this level, right? In your home, that is going to be one area. The other area is drainage infrastructure. The drainage and they are not supposed to be built only for the time when you have little rainfall, like now. But it must be built when you have extreme rainfall, so that the water can be removed from the community. Right? If you have to put catchment areas and massive pumps, and you put infrastructure of pipelines running, whereby you could pump the water out from the community through the catchment area, that is what you have to do. And it is the responsibility of government to liaise with their technical people, their engineers and so on, the University of West Indies, engineering department and so on. Everything doesn't have to be a hustle. And the other thing, which I would like to do, is when government is doing infrastructural work, they must never depend on the market value of resources that we have as the national patrimony. So I will ensure that, these things are taken care of. Yeah.
Minister Hines is on the ground as well in on the ground as well, carrying relief to residents, that type of thing. Not Minister Hines. Take that back.
Yeah.
Faris Alwari.
Yeah.
Let me properly quote it.
Right.
The Rasta threw me off. Faris Alwari is on the ground offering support as well.
Publicity stunt.
He's walking with food and water.
Publicity stunt.
He's giving meals.
No, publicity stunt. Because there is a Ministry of Social Development to execute that matter. He wants to show that he's a kind, loving, caring individual. That's a publicity stunt. Because if he had put his mind towards resolving these issues, he would not be there pretending. It's like a man with a car. You have a driver who takes care of your car and the car is always available. But you have another one who's not taking care of the car, and when the car breaks down, he calls somebody and somebody come and they give you a car and they say, boy, he's really efficient. No, he's not. He's supposed to be able to do these things and anticipate breakdown before they occur. And those are publicity stunts.
I'm going to let you talk to the people you want to vote for. Barrack, let me warn you. Them PNMites ain't too pleased with you this afternoon.
I'm not. Listen.
I'm just telling you.
Yes, but I'm also telling you that I
read any comments.
Yes. I have to say what is just and what is right. We cannot operate on government by PR. This is not a PR stunt. If people do not like my frankness, I have no problem with it. But I will talk. I will talk frankly and truthfully.
Right. I'm going to allow you to talk to your voting population. They are calling the phone right now. Caller, you live. Go ahead, mommy. Good afternoon. Leader, mommy, he's voting for political leader. Mommy, hold on. I'm not hearing you clearly. I'm trying to adjust the speaker here. Hold on, mommy. Caller, you live.
Isha, well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Right. Isha, I have some questions for that person interviewing me. Right? Now you said that
Junior
the minister
Barrack,
look.
Junior Barrack is his name.
Julia Barrack.
Yes.
Right. You said, Aisha, that the Minister of Local Government would have gone down in Bamboo number 2 to meet with the residents and to address the flooded situation, right? And you said that the residents started behaving in a hostile manner towards them, right? And your girly guest there said that they shouldn't. So I have a question for that person who aspiring to be a leader for a party that you're bad mouthing, right? What is your leadership qualities, right? Because if you, as a leader, behaving in that manner, then you can't lead me. You cannot lead me. You understand? I am totally upset with that remark he made as you are a candidate who aspiring to be a leader.
Yeah.
So that, you can't lead me. I'm sorry, sir, but you can't lead me.
I am sorry. Sorry, but I'm sorry, but it is exactly a leader like this you need. I will never be running a program, being in office for so long, and now a flood. These things happen regularly in Bamboo. This is a new thing. Everybody knows that there's going to come a time when the rainfall is going to be a little above the average, and there is going to be flooding there. What have you done?
Let's see who else is
That's
there.
the
Caller,
point.
you live?
Yeah.
Caller, you there? I don't know what is going on with that phone line. Let me see if I get you on this one. Caller, you live? Caller, you there? Not ready yet. Let me try this one. Caller, you live? Caller, you there? Not ready yet. All right, let me try this one. Caller, you live?
Isha.
Yes, caller.
Let me just slow down. Aisha.
Yes, caller.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
A lot of people in this country know exactly what's going on, but nobody wants to speak the truth. There is nothing could be done about flooding in the Bamboo. Nothing could be done about flooding in Caroni. Nothing could be done about flooding in Pinalide, because those are the watershed areas of Trinidad and Tobago. Long time when I was growing up, there was nobody living there. When the water go there, they used to plant rice in it. These people full up there, full up the lagoon, full up the swamp, full up all about that till house. So we don't want the water to go. The water has to go back right. They don't know where it's to go. So I don't know what this dotish man you have on the radio they're talking.
All right, thank you so much. Let's take another one. Just one more before you respond. Caller, you live?
Yeah, Isha, you on the gentleman there.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I understand what you say, but you come out a little too kind of a little harsh. You see by using the comment about that kind of publicity thing. So where you can have to say about Kamala now? So she understand too.
Yes.
But you know what, Mr. Bartley, what I'm hearing, no government really talking about, and I inside here and you see. Them areas is areas for the water to pass on, because if you check out the geographical land is, it's coming from, if it's starting from all up pre-empt side, it have a grade going down, and them areas where they build for all them, and all, even as a Korea extension, all them places is place for the water to filter in, and from the filter down to the mangrove, to the annual basin. I ain't hear nobody talking about moving out people and relocating them and leaving them areas open back up.
Well,
who gives permission to go and build all of them industrial place and all kind of thing and blocking the water area?
all right. Yes, that is a very good point that you're making. But if you listen to me carefully, I'm saying that government should decide whether or not people should live in certain places. If you're leaving them there, then you must put in the necessary advice and standards for them to live where they are. If they cannot live where they are, you should move them from there. You should stop them from building in those areas. It's either you're governing or you're not. If you're governing, you must have standards so where people build, and that is what I'm talking about. And there are areas which this is the reason why I said you must have standards. So if people are staying where they are, you must build your house at a certain level.
All
you
right.
must have a certain standard.
Let's take this one.
Yeah.
Caller, you live? Caller, you live?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, because the caller's not coming across online. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
hearing
just
them.
got it sorted. Thank
Okay.
you.
But anyways, is that the same man that was on the show? I guess it's sounding like him, the same one who was arrogant. He was very condescending, and he just was just rude. Just rude. The way how he talking is, what I say goes. It's my way or the highway. And I want to know what degree he has in terms of what kind of engineering degree or what kind of degree does he have to know that what he's saying or whatever he plans to implement is going to be successful. He sounds like a dictator. He will want to just say, do what I say. Not as, just do whatever I say, do. He's very rude. He was very disrespectful on Sharon's show, so he hop over now on yours. But he's very rude. No leadership, none. Get me sick. Okay.
They vexed with you. I told you they were going to
let me say this. If I'm in government, right, I am there to lead in the interests of my people.
Even if you come across as a dictator?
I'm not dictating. I'm saying that a government must take the interests of the citizens at heart. And even if the citizens and they don't know what is best for them,
you must know what is best.
Right, and we must take the necessary measures for their own protection.
Let's take another one. Caller, you live?
Hi, sister. Good evening.
Hey, dear brother.
Thanks for having me via this method. I'm going to Roberts. I remember.
Oh, that's actually Junior Barrack.
Mr. Barrett, good afternoon to you, sir. I have 3 questions for you, so I'll start with the first one, Mr. Barrett. And Isha pointed it out to you. I own this land, Mr. Barrett, and I could only afford a flat house. So you are telling me the state is going to contribute to me getting an upstairs and downstairs, sir?
You have to live where you making your living. Let us assume
the question is a yes or no answer. The question is
yes or no?
Based on what you said.
Yes or no answer. I don't appreciate you telling me how to answer you. Right.
But let me hear you, sir. Like why the lady say you're rude.
Well, yes, but you are rude too because you tell me yes or no answer. Isn't it so? Right. Allow me to answer the question. Allow me to answer the question.
Let me get this thing clear. You are coming to us to ask us to vote for you.
Yes.
So we are entitled to you.
No, I am answering you, but you told me the yes or no answer. I told you cannot tell me how to answer your question.
How this thing works, sir.
Huh?
You are coming to us. I said, let me explain to you how it works. You are coming to us to ask us to vote for you to become our leader.
Yes.
You have the entitlement to be rude.
No, you are entitled to be rude? I don't think so.
But I am not taking this from you.
No, you are not.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not entitled to be rude to me.
I have respect for you. And if you want me to have respect for you, you have to have the same for me.
Precisely, but you told me I must answer yes or no. I told you I don't have to be dictated in that way.
What's up, Mr. So let me go back to the starting point of this.
Please.
You said to us,
yes,
who you would to vote for you if I am living in a flood-prone area.
Yes.
The state is supposed to tell you the type of house that you are supposed to build.
Yes.
And I'm saying to you,
yeah,
I cannot afford what the state is telling me to build.
Right. So the state must come up with a...
So it's a yes or no answer. That's why I outlined to you.
No, it's not a yes or no. I'm saying if you cannot afford to build property... Well, I'm not answering
I cannot afford to build what the state is asking me to build.
Barataria, listen off here. Let us try to get him to answer the question. Dear brother Barataria, my love, listen off here. Let's see if we could get him to answer the question. Junior Barrack?
Yes.
Answer the question.
As a matter of fact, I actually answered that question before. No? Okay. If a person has to live in an area that is going to flood because he's planting in the area, he's making his living in the area, he has nowhere else to live. Mm-hmm. The state should assist him in building the relevant house in that area. And I am saying that the state should not go for market price for the materials to build your home because the state is in possession of the materials, the aggregates for that. So I as Prime Minister will ensure that you have the materials, even the ready-mix materials, to put your house above a certain height, a certain minimum height, to ensure that your house will not flood out in times of disaster such as this.
So what we're going to do, we have about a minute before a break. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, take some more calls, let you talk to the people, and then we're going to give you opportunity to close. Time runs fast when you buy me, The time, the speed when you hear,
Yeah.
Junior Barrack, I want you to know that people vex with you. They think you're buffing them. They think you're balling at them. They think you're arrogant.
Let me tell you something.
I just telling you what people say.
But I don't want to come over arrogant. But
Okay.
I am very forceful in my views.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean to say that I don't appreciate their views.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
I just wanted to get that part clear.
Yes.
All right? So you're not arrogant, not a forceful person. You're just passionate about getting your
these
views
things,
across.
yes. And what I'm saying is to help them.
It's to help. It's their best interest.
It's their
you
best
have.
interest I'm looking at.
All right, we're going to take a break, people. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Hard wine is the remedy to soothe your soul at night. Nothing can compensate for corias. Hard wine, warm band-aid in it for you. Chasing to take it. Rich flavors with a performance boost. Take it. Hard wine, you're feeling for. Hard wine, you're feeling for. Hard wine, you're feeling for. This Christmas you're feeling for. Hard wine, you're feeling for. Hard wine, you're feeling for. Hard wine, you're feeling for. Coria's hard wine. Drink responsibly.
But did you not there? A Campari, alright then.
Campari holiday vibes. From now until December 31st, 2022, buy a 750 milliliter or 1 liter bottle of Campari and receive a free gift while stocks last. Then use the receipt to enter the holiday vibes promotion for a chance to win your share of over $40,000 in holiday prizes. You could be a winner. Campari, respect the bitter. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly. Conditions apply.
Your child is beginning to discover the world. It's time to let them explore. Clim 1 Plus contains calcium, iron, and vitamins that support their defenses, helping to promote a healthy immune system and normal growth. After all, your little explorer has the whole world to discover. Clim, your love, their future. Clim 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute. It is specially suited from 1 year onward.
You want to learn about all the 101 things we have to do right here in Tobago?
Then join us at the We Are Tobago Roadshow,
where all our local experiences,
our food, our people, and our culture take center stage.
We Are Tobago takes to the Sid Gray Stadium in Roxborough on Thursday, 1st December. You have from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And if you can't make it there,
we head downtown to the Scarborough Esplanade on Tuesday, 6th December from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come, support your local vendors
and meet with your tourism stakeholders.
The We Are Tobago Roadshow is brought to you by the Tobago Tourism Agency, the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation,
and the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association.
The We Are Tobago Roadshow is on. Remember, it's on Thursday, 1st December in Roxborough, and on Tuesday, December 6th on the Scarborough Esplanade. We Are Tobago.
My brothers and sisters of the People's National Movement, we ask for your kind support for Ronald Boynes as our next political leader of this, our great party. Vote for a man of purpose, a man of vision, a man that will support you, the members of our great party, on the 26th and 27th of November, and again on the 4th of December. Vote for Ronald Boynes. Vote for respect. Vote for empowerment. Vote for growth. Great is the PNM, and it shall prevail.
This Saturday, December 3rd.
We set the stage for the biggest and final event of the year. Michelle. At the of Excellence. In the tempo.
Howie T, Ishmael, the Demolition Man, D Professionals, Sensational Sammy, Dr. Ross, Kabuki, Super Hype, and Sharkmaster Dave.
Hurry, get your limited general ticket for $200 and also your VIP ticket at 63 Lounge on the Avenue.
Extra foods.
Nova Glen, the mobile store, Tragreed Road.
Fats International Stores.
New Wave Apparel, San Fernando.
Bobby's Bar, Curep, La Luna Diner, Aruca, Cache Stores, Scrapes Car Wash, and Laundry, Trin City.
Just Deals exclusive at Arima Drag Mall.
Sensational Sammy Seafood, Arima, and online at suntix.com.
Or call Michelle's hotline at 376-0326 for special group packages.
This Saturday, December 3rd, at the Center of Excellence, we will all rise and reconnect to Michelle's.
Scotiabank Magna MasterCard is back with its special Christmas giveaway. Just swipe for more rewards. Every time you swipe your card, get instantly entered for a chance to win 1,500 points on your Scotiabank Magna MasterCard. Get more this Christmas. More points, more rewards, more money. Swipe for more rewards today with your Scotiabank Magna MasterCard. Promotion runs until January 15th, 2023. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Visit MagnaRewards.com for more details. Approved by the NLCB.
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylus Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room, or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for two at Ateliers Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Crackness Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylus Furniture, for the style in you.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Tune into the Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinal Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Showin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the Street, 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You
are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., to the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., All Night Prayer Live, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Every Friday, it's all about Firewood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Firewood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Introducing for the PNM internal election, the People's Champion.
Now it's time to vote Colonel John B. Don't make no mistake. Hey, vote Kino Romeo. Vote the best you know. Vote for I hope my side chairman for you and I. Only champions we voting and we have more to bring. Rondell Dunnawa and Sally and Hold the Princess. Christian Fleming, Alicia Speed Isles. Vote for champions, you know you can't miss. Tell Dr. Rolly we've got it. Yes, we are champions, yes.
On November 26th and 27th and December 4th, vote in the PNM's internal elections. Put your X by the big trophy cup. Vote the People's Champions.
And that was a paid political announcement.
Yeah. Miss Current is sharing, we need you. Discipline, production. Tolerance. And that's all we need. Red Army. Yeah. We restoring the vision. The PNM vision, yeah. The PNM vision. We don't make a decision. Yeah. We restoring the vision. The PNM vision, yeah. The PNM vision. One love, no division. Yeah. Whoa. Great is the PNM. Great is the PNM. The Red Army for me.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, so we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. I want to get some voice notes and some phone calls, of course, get the public interactive. Anything you want to say before we go back for the phone lines? You have one mischievous look on your face, eh? Junior Barrack, the PNM people want to know who sent you. I'm telling you what some of them saying.
Yeah.
They're saying that you look like you have on a yellow jacket, underneath your red jacket, that UNC sent you to disrupt the PNM internals. What would you say to persons who are sharing those views at this time?
They need to identify what in my statements and in my campaign that relates to the UNC as opposed to the promotion of the PNM. And if they can identify that, I'll like to respond to that. If not, that's a waste of time.
All right, well, let's take another call, see who's there. Caller, you live.
Isha Welch.
Hi, Mommy.
Right, you hear me good now, right?
Loud and clear.
That gentleman you have on your program, that was
Junior
a gentleman
Barrack,
that it was last week. He was there with Sharon Phillips, am I
Yes,
right?
that is Junior Barrack.
That is the gentleman who said he built some road to in Carinac in Scorpion, am I right?
Yes.
And nobody know nothing about it because you're talking to a carnage woman here right now, right?
Lady, I came, let me explain that area for you to be absolutely clear. I was a senator at the time. I came to Carnage to collect information on squatting communities because I had a motion on the adjournment in the Senate. When I went down to Scorpion, they pointed me to where there was a squatting community that needed help. I went there and the people came out. They asked me, they told me that Dr. Rowley wanted to build a road, I wanted to build a step for them to go to their homes, and it was over 300 meters they would have to travel. Many of them were building their homes. I said it was very difficult for you all to build your homes, starting from by the step. So here what will happen? Yes, I said you all can afford, I could build a road for you all and I could cut the road. Could you afford gas, diesel and grease? They said they will throw barbecues and so on. I went to Miss Lynette, that is Dr. Lee's mother. She is the one who coordinated the whole area up inside of there. I came and we brought, with the help of another Lynette, Charles, and George Woodley, we brought the D4 and cut all the roads up inside of here. And then I brought in other people to handle that matter. If you don't know that, madam, that's your business. That is the facts. That's the truth.
Well, you can't be getting on when you want to be political leader.
I don't have to crawl to be political leader.
Well, let me tell you something, gentlemen. As you call Dexter Lee mother, I don't know what party she supports. So I know which road you're going on. You want to tell you that is a yellow Monday.
No. You must now continue to say.
Smoke some jam.
What you must do is to continue to say that I'm lying. You must continue to say I'm lying.
Mr. Have a good day and go and smoke some weed. You're a madman.
Yeah, what you must do, let's hear this, areas. If you say that I'm lying and then I bring the evidence to you, you must continue to say I'm lying. But now you're making personal attacks ad hominems. I don't have no problem with those areas and so on.
The quality is lacking a bit in that gentleman. He's not tactful. He has even if you feel upset, you're annoyed about something, you must be able to keep that calm in your voice. You know? Come again.
It's not that I'm lying, it's because I'm not tactful enough. Would I ever be able to say something properly? What about the lady who's accusing me of being a UNC when in fact I am running for the PNM and I must have passed a certain threshold to do so? You have any comments on that?
All right, so let us see if we could get some more calls on the inside. Caller, you live.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Well, I was watching a video. Good afternoon, Isha.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how you doing, love?
I'm good. I was watching a video where Khadijah Amin and a set of UNC people were actually on a boat swimming with this boat to reach other people down in the bamboo settlement to carry foodstuff and things for the people and them. So that wasn't publicity stunt. I would like the man in the studio there to answer that. Because if the Minister of Works and Transport went to do his job, how come he's saying that was a public?
I say that is also a publicity stunt. Because they had the opportunity to put in the infrastructure for the people of Bamboo and they didn't.
All right, let's take another. Caller, you live? Caller, you there?
My new caller. New caller.
Yes, new caller.
Hi. This man, get rid of he.
You're upsetting people today, you know, Barrack.
That's your business.
Barrack, you have a mischievous smile on your face. You remember you're running, Barrack, let me help you here. Remember you're running for an election.
Yes.
You want people to vote you.
Yes.
In order for people to vote you, you must appear to be a people person.
Yes.
You want people to know that you're approachable. They know you're reliable. They can come to you and say, Mr. Barrack, X, Y, and Z situation.
Yeah.
Today you're coming across a little aggressive.
Yes, and I will tell you why.
Tell me why.
Right. Because many of the people who do what they behave the way in which they want them to behave have gotten power. And when they got power, what did they do with it? Why are they still in the same situation that they're in? So when they are attacking me on my demeanor, they must also see my record, right? And they must also know that they want somebody who will stand up and fight for them, right? And succeed. So I don't have any problems for those who believe that I must behave in a certain way when I know what they are trying to do is simply to derail me. I am going to stand firm and ensure that once I become a leader, the leader of the PNM, I will deliver regardless.
All right, let's pause for the Soca Parang sweep by B-Mobile and come right back.
Soca Parang Music Suite, sponsored by B-Mobile. Life is on. And the House of Angostura. Soca Parang Music Suite, sponsored by. Time for your Soca Parang Music Suite, sponsored by B-Mobile. Life is on. And the House of Angostura.
Heroes
we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. That was the B Mobile Soca Sweep. Junior Barrack.
Yes, my dear.
We have a lot of phone calls and voice notes to play. Let me see if I could get them out of the way and allow persons to call in as well at the same time. So let me see if I can get some of those. All right, let's take this one. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon again, Aisha.
Hi.
Aisha, he said he going to stand firm. Can he stand firm, get up and walk out and come off the show? Go on. Bye.
Yeah, that's really hilarious. Yes. Yeah.
All right, let's take this one. Caller, you live. Caller, your volume low.
Sorry about that, Isha. Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know, I had my neighborhood listening to. Now, here is Aisha. That man that guess you have there. Right?
Barrack, yes.
Now, hello?
Junior Barrack is
Junior
his
Barrack.
name. Yes.
Yes, Junior Barrack, yes.
Yes.
Right? Now, I personally know Aisha is sitting and I hear this individual talking. And he lacks leadership qualities. He is very rude. He is uncouth. And he's not a people's person. Despite Aisha has always said, if you are running to be a leader of a party or any organization, you're going to meet different people. You have, as a person, have to know how to carry about yourself in a professional manner. Despite who say what and what. This one have no decorum of himself, none whatsoever. You understand? You want to lead me? You cannot help me. If you are in that kind of mentality, you understand? You as a leader, you have to know how to speak to people, despite who say what. At the end of the day, Aisha was locked on.
All right, Eric, thank you. Let's see who else is there. Caller, you live.
Hello, good afternoon, Aisha and Mr.
Barrack,
Mr. Junior, Mr. Barrack.
Yes.
So, I am going to be very, very respectful, but you have just doomed your chance of ever becoming the leader of the PNM. Even if you say that you are being truthful and people don't like to hear the truth because of what you are doing there, which is coming across as, and I'm saying it coming across as, I ain't going to accuse you of anything. So I'm saying it is coming across as bashing the party that you wish to lead. You have just thrown your chances of ever doing that out the door. Have a good afternoon,
Thank you so much, caller. You want to respond?
Yes. To that one, the first one, there's nothing to respond to. The second one is that I am not bashing the party. I am running for the political leadership of the party. I am displeased with the way in which the party is being run. And I am putting myself forward. I am not here to appease anybody in terms of, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you feel that what I'm doing is not right, don't vote for me. But if you believe that what I'm saying is correct, then you vote for me, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I don't want anybody to vote for me because I am kowtowing or pretending to be with you or being coy or anything like that. In these matters that I'm talking about is life and death. And I want to be firm on those issues, and I have no apology to make when I'm making these statements. So I'm sorry if this is not the leader you want. Well, vote for who you want to, but this is the leader I am.
Caller, your life.
Aisha, good afternoon.
How you doing, Gemma?
PNM Gemma is my name. Don't call me no Gemma. PNM Gemma.
Sorry, PNM Gemma. Put a handle to your title.
I voted yesterday, and I sure vote for my political leader, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, and his slate. I sure didn't vote for that gentleman there.
No problem.
He's too aggressive.
That's your democratic right.
You understand? Can I never ever get my vote? You understand? I went out and vote, and I sure didn't vote for you.
That's your democratic right, madam, and you have my full support. That's your democratic right, and you have my full support.
All right, so let's take another one. Caller, you live.
Aisha, good afternoon to you and to your guests in the studio.
Hi.
Aisha, I want to ask Mr. Barrack a question because he said that the people, the government should have done something to prevent that flooding in the bamboo, right? Long time ago. Okay. My question to you is, if we could recall, that same bamboo just had some fire the other day and they had no fire hydrants or nothing to out down the business place, and because they said that how they blame the government too for not putting fire hydrants there as well, right?
They should blame the government for that as well.
No, they did blame the government, right?
And they should have, yes.
But my question now is, if that land was given to these people as farming land, and these people build these homes on this land,
yes,
why is the government, after these people have done wrong, should come and bail them out and fix up that area that which we all know this is farming land? Now we have people like in Mova, Lavanti, Caranage, all over the place who have been living in these areas for how much of years before this bamboo settlement gets established as it is?
Yes.
And we have not yet seen these people get any kind of development by the government, who government go and come. So why is the government today blamed for what is taking place in bamboo?
Yeah, may I answer?
Listen off here, Brooklyn.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
These situations that you're bringing up here are not mutually exclusive. The people who are settlers in the areas in which is normally called squatters, in areas of Caranage and Lavantil and so on, there is a law that government has to follow which will cause these people to be regularized. And they have not implemented it. That's another failure. A massive failure. And people are living in abject poverty because government does not want to implement the law. In the case of the people in the bamboo, it is absolutely clear how they build. When they were building there, the government was not observing. Where were they? Did Town Country authorize the building? Do they authorize it now? Are they taking taxes from them? These are simple issues. If you are government, you're in charge, and you will say where people will build based on Town Country planning permissions and where they will not build. If you allow them to build there, then you regulate them. If you don't want them to build there, they can't build there. You are the state. So these are not excuses. These are admissions of guilt. It means that the government Sunday, all of them, whether it was UNC, whether it is NAR, whether it is PNM, all the leaders and they have failed the people of Trinidad and Tobago because they do not uphold standards, and then they blame the people and them afterwards for doing things which they should have prevented if they didn't want them to build it.
Barrack, 34 seconds. We take the break. When we come back, I'm going to allow you the opportunity to close.
All right, thank you very much.
So we're going to take a break. When I come back, we're going to close.
Yeah.
All we do is skip. Behind the truck Juve morning. We black and we green, stick. All the girls inside a van. Make she bend and stick. She job like we don't give a damn. We mad and we sick. When we touch down, we open shell up. When we touch down, we open shell up.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
This is Ronald Boynes. I seek your support to be the next political leader of the PNM. I have chosen as my watchwords respect, empowerment, and growth. As I have traveled across the length and breadth of our country, I have listened very closely to the concerns of our party members. It has to do with alienation, disconnect, and disrespect between the ground troops, our foot soldiers, the very heart of our party, and those who currently hold the reins of power. After the hard work of putting our party in government, many of our members feel neglected, and some have become quite disenchanted, as nothing for you seems to be the order of the day. For many, it does not feel as if the PNM has been in government for 7 years, as their views on unemployment, infrastructure, and crime in their communities are simply not being heard, far less action. I pledge to bring the love, unity, and respect back to the membership of our great party. Your vote is your voice. Great is the PNM, and it shall prevail.
You want to learn about all the 101 things we have to do right here in Tobago?
Then join us at the We Are Tobago Roadshow,
where all our local experiences,
our food, our people, and our culture take center stage.
We Are Tobago takes to the Sid Gray Stadium in Roxborough on Thursday, 1st December. You have from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And if you can't make it there,
we head downtown to the Scarborough Esplanade on Tuesday, 6th December from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come, support your local vendors
and meet with your tourism stakeholders.
The We Are Tobago Roadshow is brought to you by the Tobago Tourism Agency, the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation,
and the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association.
The We Are Tobago Roadshow is on. Remember, it's on Thursday, 1st December in Roxborough, and on Tuesday, December 6th on the Scarborough Esplanade. We Are Tobago.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Are you feeling the Christmas spirit? Are you feeling joy this year? Well, stay tuned to the Street 919 FM.
My fellow members of the PNM, I am Junior Samuel Barrack, candidate for political leader of our beloved PNM. I am one of the most effective, successful, and fearless representatives of your interests in the history of this PNM in delivering to its base. I get things done. You are assured that I will put you first in everything that I do. As you're aware, I have been involved in improving the lives of thousands of families in unofficial settlements, commonly referred to as squatters. We invite you to support our campaign by donating to our First Citizens account number 181-7916, Junior Samuel Barrack. Your contribution can support ads like these and our campaign to spread our message.
That was a paid political announcement.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute God Amari, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Caller, you're live.
Hey, good afternoon, Isha. Good afternoon to your guest, Mr. Barrett. Good afternoon to our listeners. Mr. Barrett, welcome. I listened to you on Sharon's program, and I got a piece of you on Isha's program. One of the things, to me, as a leader or aspiring leadership, I think you're too adversarial, and that has to be reduced. And you have to be open to advice, even from us out here, because although there are a lot of people out here who are not vying for leadership, they have leadership qualities and would know some of the components that you would want to get rid of, or components that you have to sort of take stock of. And one of those things is that there's no need sometimes to be adversarial. You said something about regularization, a law pertaining to the failure of probably the government, and you mentioned previous governments and so on.
Yeah.
As to regularizing people in Carenage and probably Laventille area.
Yes, and all over Trinidad.
Right. Could you find, I just want to have the idea of the law, and how would you regularize, where especially in Laventille, where you have almost a lot of houses on one lot, and how are you going about that? And my other thing is, don't you think that now the UNC have always been more or less negative to the PNM when it comes to a national approach, even to the highway heading, that extra highway we had, where Grand Bazaar is. The people from Bamboo on both sides give real problems to move, and some of them stayed. Now, if you stay, you have an entitlement based on if you're regularized. Don't you think that the UNC in office, if they had issues pertaining to those areas where they have that lots of support, don't you think for 2 terms in office they should have fixed that?
Yes,
and
of course they should have. Yes.
The other thing, the Bamboo don't flood every day. So don't you think that because of climate change and the amount of rainfall we have, don't you think the response to flooding would have been what we should be discussing and not resolution to flooding, which may not happen? I listen off it.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you, Rowley Jr. And for those who are asking, Junior Barrack is from Lopino, Borneo West constituency. I see some of the people in the chat asking what constituency you're from. And I would like to let them know that Junior Barrack paid for his time on 91.9. He ain't begged for it. He paid for it. So he's entitled to give his views and opinions on issues that he would have paid for. Any other candidate that would like to get their views on issues across on 91.9 can always check the sales department, book the time, jump in the dance. I felt it necessary to say that.
All right.
So go ahead, Mr. Barrack.
Well,
you want to address the issue the man just raised?
Yes. The law is Act number 25 of 1998. It is the Regularization of Tenure Act, and therefore that law stipulates that people who have been on the land in position on government land since the 1st of the 1st, 1998, are entitled to be regularized, and therefore you get a certificate of comfort for where you are. And if there is anybody that has to move or any arrangement in terms of the size of land, the size of lots and so on, then because of the certificate of comfort, that is the only reason why you could be moved, right? Once you have a certificate of comfort. So yes, if the place is crowded and you want to keep people on the land, you can move them. That is part of the law. I have no problem with that. You can move them into areas where they can do farming. You give them 5 acres of land somewhere else. You can give them a lot somewhere else and so on. All that is part of the law. So that is not a problem. You know, the problem is the implementation of the act, and that is woefully behind. We had a loan arrangement in 2002 signed by the current Prime Minister and the then Prime Minister, Mr. Manning. The current Prime Minister became the Minister of Housing, and he failed miserably in the implementation of the loan. As a result of his failure, we had to mount demonstrations from Borneo North and come down to Port of Spain outside the Ministry of Housing and outside the Parliament against him for not implementing the loan arrangement. So we have had, and I wouldn't go deep into it, but it is shameless what went on there. 3 years had passed and he did not implement the loan. $40 million we paying interest on, approximately 3% interest, and he will not implement the loan. And the Prime Minister at the time, Mr. Manning, called us to a meeting and ordered him to ensure the loan arrangement continued. In addition to that, Mr. Manning told him they have a plan. That is the people of Lopino Bonne West. And you must ensure that the plan is implemented. He never did it. As a matter of fact, he was fighting us. So this is the areas there for that. I can tell you, I gave you the areas with the law, and I also gave you the areas with implementation. It is not the people's fault. It is not the people's fault. It is the way in which the government had decided to implement programs that are paid for, taxpayers paying taxes on these money, and the people for whom the development are targeted are not given. I begged Dr. Rowley to deal with these matters. I wrote him letters. I wrote against him in Perspective. You could go back and see my Perspective article against Dr. Rowley's behavior. And why do you want me to pretend that I am a nice person or I just... No. When these matters come down, I have no excuse because it is wicked. Things are happening to people, the youth, and them are killing themselves, even in Lopino Bonne West where I work. And I begged Dr. Rowley, I said, if you do not allow the leaders of the community, the real leaders of the community, to have legitimacy in the community, and when they put proposals together, you support them. If you don't allow it, then the people who are drug dealers and criminals and so on will take over the youths, and that was what you will have. It was predicted. So when you hear me, I am hurt, you know. I am hurt to see the youths dying, and the people in there who have the resources to handle them are not setting up to the plate. And then they're saying they have done all they could for the African community. That is a statement by Dr. Rowley.
Persons are asking, if you're not successful as leader of the party, would you be contesting as a candidate in the upcoming elections?
Yes, I would. I will try to, but
even though you won't be political leader, you're still gonna run for a seat.
Yes, I am a PNM.
Right.
And there's a reason for why I'm a PNM. You know?
Let me know why.
Because my people are in the PNM.
Right.
Right. And I have to be here where they are to improve their conditions and make the PNM do what it's supposed to do.
What seat you're going to be running for in the upcoming?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
I want to know. I want to know.
But my people in Laventille, that is Laventille East.
So most likely you might run.
I would like that. And then I've Lopino Bonne West.
So against Camille.
Work. Right.
Either way you're running.
Yes, I will put myself forward.
All right. Okay. Let's take this one. Caller, you are live. You're live on the show. Caller, you're live. Caller, you there? Not ready yet. Caller, you live?
A blessed afternoon, Miss Isha.
How you doing, brother?
I am right, and to your guest, Mr. Junior Barrack. No, Aisha, Mr. Barrack history is like opposing the PNM in every form and fashion, you know. You understand? Before he even joined the PNM, he opposed the PNM back, belly, and side, if you was ashamed here. He and Ricardo Welch at that time, they were ponging the PNM, Mr. Manning, Dr. Patrick Manning, ponging the same Dr. Rowley, ponging the same Patrick Manning in Trinidad, and now you're telling me that you joined the PNM to be political leader of the PNM. Your ideas is flawed, because listen to our shame here. Where in the world land that will for agriculture, they backfill the whole place and living, and you telling me they know that was flooding, Bamboo 1, 2, 3, 4, Spring Village, all them places there, and they don't want to go up high. But when it's flood, they calling on the government to do something, or they blaming the government for flooding. Nobody in this world could build any drain or have any solution for 6 inches of rain, quantifying to over 100 million gallons of water. Mr. Barrack, can you explain who could stop any flooding in Trinidad and Tobago? I listen off here.
Well, sir, obviously you don't know how, and you don't know the city of Venice. If you knew about that, you would understand that the city is actually in a lagoon, right? So, and Holland is under the sea level. Right. The control of water, building dikes and all these things are quite familiar by most people in the world. They know how these things are done. So that is not a problem. But my answer to you is this: you should not, as a government, allow them to build where they build.
For the comment about you cussing Mr. Manning and Dr. Rowley in Gladiator time.
No.
You used to be up and down with Ricardo Welch?
No, well,
I didn't know that.
Well, Ricardo Welch and I used to spar in Woodford Square.
Well, that's years ago.
Right, that's years ago. But we used to spar, right? Ricardo Welch went UNC when they paid him enough money.
Oh, God.
And he went PNM when the PNM paid him enough money.
Oh, God.
Now, ask Naris.
I mean, you let the man hold cat out the bag. You Naris, just throw the man whole business on the road.
Well, I am here. I'm not paying.
All right, so you say he was playing sides. Are you playing sides?
And they paid him.
They paid him.
His programs were paid for in the sum of millions of dollars. By both sides.
Right. And is anybody paying you?
Nobody has ever paid me.
Because all they used to spar, they say birds of a feather.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Good, right.
Birds of a feather, Mr. Barrack.
Nobody can buy me.
They can't buy you?
No.
You're not taken by it?
I'm not for sale. As a matter of fact, many times different people made proposals to me and I turned them down.
Okay, wait, you just come here and drop bombshell.
No, is it
so you say persons offered you cash?
Yes.
Millions?
Well, not millions.
Not millions.
I wasn't as
you was as glad. Hundreds of thousands they pay you.
Very, very lucrative areas and I turn them down.
You turn them down. Yeah. You're not of that.
No, I can't.
So you're here with us because you want to be.
Yes, precisely.
You're a PNM because you want to be.
I want to be. I chose to be a PNM.
All right. Caller, you're live.
In spite of
Let me say good afternoon. And when you are calling the king of talk, you have to say, this is, and may God bless him soul wherever you are, in part of this good world in the good kingdom of God. But Isha, what make me call in here this afternoon here, right? Not one ad from Dr. Rowley on your show. And this gentleman here, who is giving our judge money, putting our money in that station, your PNM fans calling to attack this demand. Vex because he pay for time. Vex, say no thing about you on the live, Isha Wells. Because why? They believe that this is Rowley station. This is Rowley wife own. This is Rowley children own. So nobody cannot come here and have an independent. All Rowley ads on the East Indian station and them. A black man sponsoring a black man Vex. All Rowley ads. Ask Ronald Sinan. That's why today the Indians have to run him out from the bamboo. The Indians run the Indian out from bamboo. Because when you want to give Jagati and all these Indian station ads, Rowley giving them ads, and a black man come here to give black people, a black man a little scrums, they call the criticize man. Hey, that is the evilness of the leader of the party. They follow the leader, only disrespect for the big man, only disrespect, and some stupid questions they are asking the big man. That's why I'm taking no part in no internal election, because Rowley encourage these people here to stay poor, broken and hungry. They can't get a good job. But when they're calling on the radio to try to disrespect the man who is paying for his time, I wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't sit down here and allow these sycophants who don't have no money at all, who train on the block, who doesn't make child and they never try father. You call the Taka gentleman, this man, no more than PNM than them. This man was called the constitution of PNM. Most of them calling in here. These have done the hell about the constitution about the PNM. But they want to attack the gentleman. I don't know before nobody here. I have no black horse or white horse or pink horse in the race. But when I can sit down on my chair, one of my favorite chair, and here, even people calling here to attack because they wouldn't call and say, you know something, Tara, now Buns, come here the man name, he come here. Rowdy ain't come at all. Rowdy ain't come at all. None of Rowdy Snake, Stock Young. All of them ain't come here because, you know why? If they're going. And this morning, I hear Stock Young, Faris, right? On Power 102, online. Them online, you only on mainstream media every morning, Faris and Power 102, every morning. We're not saying on one thing. We're not saying we never come on Sean Felix program. You never come on Pastor Google program. You never come on your because you know why? He consider only at PNM.
All right, Kingsley, go with God. Let's take one more
Thank
and
you
then
for that,
allow for close. Caller, you live.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we prepare. Good afternoon, Isha Welsh.
Hey, how you doing?
And good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to your visitor over there.
Yeah, Junior Barrack.
I think he's an amazing man. I think you are amazing. I believe the future of your tribe need people like you. I think the elders is supposed to give you the opportunity because I say here Dr. Rowley speaking when he was in opposition, he was speaking just so. And the people went and voted for him. And today the people are much under pain pressure. And why they cannot give you the opportunity? Why they can't give you a chance? I said, well, I heard a young lady calling the other and asked this gentleman a question. So when he was getting land for the Baptists and them, why didn't look for land for we African people too? Well, the Baptist community is not Chinese.
Thank you.
I say, wow.
Thank you.
I say, wow. That is a success.
Yeah.
From 1991 to 2022, your development in politics was a success to your community.
We just have a minute. Let me allow Junior to close. 1 minute to go, Junior Barrack. Closing comments.
Yeah, definitely. I will fight for you. I will not compromise. There is no compromising. I will do what is required. I will fix this squatter problem. I will ensure that African people get their reparation. I will cause the declaration of slavery as a crime against humanity. I will ensure that there is an economy expansion of the economy that will ensure that African people can participate in the economy. I will cause the credit union to start giving loans for businesses. I will allow your salaries to go to the credit unions so that you can invest in businesses because you are not allowed to do so in the banks right now. I will do whatever is required right across the board, including changing the laws like Section 6 so that African people could have access to their fundamental rights and freedoms. There will be no compromise. There will be action, and that action will be taken in the interests of East Indians, Africans, and all people in Trinidad and Tobago, particularly those who have borne the brunt of colonialism and slavery.
All right, thank you, Junior Barrack. We're going to go for a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
When we touch down, they won't play shell long. When we touch down, they won't play shell long. When we touch down, they won't play shell long. When you see we Juve morning, all we do is chip. Behind the truck Juve morning, we black and we green. See, all I got.
The views expressed are not necessarily the